in reserve tonight. They had some clear-cut chances. They didn't get it right when they did. Nick Pope was there, or defenders were there, and it took a very dodgy penalty for Paris Saint-Germain to get away with it here. I could only imagine what the reaction towards the referee and his team of officials would have been had that not have been given, and had Newcastle come away with a 1-0 victory. This place would have erupted.
Exactly. So I'm amazed he didn't go to the screen for the Gordon one.
Yeah, and
so am I.
For the Lewis Miley handball as well, which I mean, to be honest, probably again was perhaps a better shout. And that's down to the VAR referee, because he's seen both of them. He's decided for the Miley one and for the Gordon one that he's not going to call the referee across to the screen. So let's forget the foul. Let's just compare the two handballs. What has made him think, looking at one, yes, I'm going to call the ref over, and the other one, no, I'm not?
But that's where it comes down to personal decisions, isn't it?
It is, and it's one man's personal decision.
You see one in a different way than you do the other, and that you would probably say that the Miley one was worse.
Yeah.
You know,
they probably feel that they got those wrong, and then they need to give them one. Yeah,
maybe.
And look, that feeling. Referees are human, officials are human. That could be playing on their minds. They talk, they communicate throughout the match. I'm not saying that they were, trying to contrive anything, but they've been given an opportunity maybe to right a wrong in terms of officiating as they may see it, and they've taken that, and it just feels very, very harsh. Even if UEFA handball laws, interpretations may differ slightly from the Premier League, I just don't think that would be given in the Premier League. And just seeing the penalty again, there's plenty of power behind it. Depending on which camera angle you look at it from on a replay, it doesn't look like Nick Pope is too far away, but the power from Mbappe took it away from him. And I've just seen again a replay of that save that Pope made from Bradley Barcola, which I think came off his knee, might have gone onto his hand. I mean, there were a lot of moments like that. The goalkeeper was good tonight with his hands, making saves, and they needed him to be. They defended manfully, didn't they? It's really, really tough to take. But the other side of it, Pridey, and as I'm sure you'll continue to discuss, is that they've come to Paris Saint-Germain and got a point and almost won. And they needed something to keep hope alive in the Champions League. They're also having to be aware of what happened in the other match between Dortmund and Milan. But the only
downside of that game now, Razor, is that Dortmund have got nothing to play for because they've already qualified.
Well, let me just take you through the group now, because as you say, Dortmund have won in Milan, so they've had a very strong end to their campaign, of last 3 games anyway, 3 wins in a row after a defeat and a draw. So here's how the Group F table looks. AC Milan and Newcastle United locked together on 5 points from 5 games, and they of course played each other at St James's Park in the last game. Paris Saint-Germain have to go to Dortmund. Paris Saint-Germain on 7 points from 5, and Dortmund on 10. So you can look at it one way and you can say that Newcastle and Milan are basically having a playoff for the Europa League gate, but there could be a bonus of qualification for the Champions League if Dortmund can do either of those teams a favour. Obviously a draw for Newcastle against AC Milan, it goes on head-to-head records between the two teams. They'd both be on 6 points. It would be 2 draws between them, so then it would go to goal difference, and Newcastle would have the better goal difference. So a draw at St James's Park, by my calculations, and do correct me if I'm wrong, that would mean that Newcastle would qualify for the Europa League. So draw enough for that, but there is still a chance. I know what you're saying, Ando. Dortmund are through, they might make changes, but they would also realise it would be a chance to potentially knock out Paris Saint-Germain by beating them as well.
But who would they sooner play? Would they sooner play Dortmund? And would they sooner play us or play PSG? No,
Dortmund?
Dortmund would want to
in the latter rounds, yeah. Well, they want to play Newcastle.